hey guys, I didn't even see you there. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I have officially said, gasp. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you guys are listening to this and whenever you guys are watching this. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. With that, I'll do a beat to step two. With that being said, we are back. It is the return, the comeback story, the comeback show of the. See, it's been so long, I didn't even think about anything to do with this area. So usually, you know how it is. You know, I do something surprising, something different. But this time I'm not doing anything. So that makes it different. Next Up Fantasy Show. It's your boy, Will. Back again. And like I said, it's been so long, I just don't know what to do with myself right now. So how about we introduce first to, I don't know, Mr. Stunner Shades at night over here. Manny being Manny. Manny, it's been a while. How you been?
I'm good. I'm excited for the new week. I get to play my dear friend Mike over here in his league, but I'm sucking in that league as well. So it's gonna be a good match, I think, between us two.
And that's the way that we're going to start it. Let's see if we can get a rebuttal from Mike being Mike. I know that's not his name, but like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. So Mike T, what's been going on with you? How you been, man?
I'm chilling, man. What have I been doing since the last LP? I don't know. But shout out to Context. But yeah, man, just living life, man. It feels good to be back. This week I am playing Manufacture Wins. Still looking for my first W. Can you believe it? I've lost 8 games in a row. This is crazy. I don't think I could do this if I did it on purpose. But I do think I'm going to beat somebody eventually. So hopefully it'll be this week. Sorry, man.
It's not starting off well with you, by the way. I just told Will this. I kind of feel bad. Our boy Deontay John. I just butchered the name. They count me in and butcher his names.
I always do that.
Yeah, so Deontay hasn't scored in, a year and a half.
I know.
And I put him in my lineup, like, because Drake London's hurt. The dude goes and gets a touchdown for me against Mike.
It's kind of year I've been having, man. Like, honestly, whoever you just put anybody in. When they're playing my team, they're going to go crazy. So we'll see how it goes. But Derrick Henry played well for me last night. So I got to fight it. I got a puncher's chance.
Yep, he did.
All right, so 2 things. One, I'm mad at you, Mike, because I was actually going to use that line, the last LP line, when we caught up with each other. I'm so mad at you. 2, we'll talk about it, Manny, later. And number 2, yeah, I'm still mad because you guys knew I wanted Deontay Johnson with all my heart.
And he was there for weeks, though.
And it's not the fact that he wasn't there. It's not the fact that he wasn't there for weeks. It was just the fact that not only did Manny pick him up, but he ends up trading him. Mike ends up picking up. Then he trades it to, of all people, Manny, and then Manny gets to celebrate the fruits of his labor.
I didn't trade Deontay Johnson to Manny. Oh no, it wasn't.
I did. Again?
I did.
So
okay,
it was one of those weird trades because it's like I was dropping a play. I was dropping a player Mike wanted. So instead of Mike fighting over for the waiver to get him, he's like, who do you want? Let's do a trade. So then I was like, can I do a 2-for-1 trade? So then I could pick up Deontay Johnson because that's who I wanted to drop initially for. He's like, how about this? I pick up Deontay Johnson. We just do a 2-for-2 swap. So it was kind of like we both were helping each other out because initially I was just going to drop a player he wanted for Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of didn't remember picking him up initially because I solely picked him up just to give him to Manny. Like I didn't want him. At that point, I didn't feel like I needed a receiver. It was just part of the transaction. But yeah, I did pick him up and trade him to Manny.
And we would have, it depends on your league. Because if you have a league that once a trade goes in, it's like automatic goes to your, the trade goes through.
Right.
Then you don't have to deal with that. Mike, your league, it's like 3 days or 3 or 4 days. And we did it, I think it was on a Friday. So I was like, well, I'm not going to get this. I need Deontay Johnson. Like,
right.
The trade's not going to go through where I can even pick him up because I have people like Will that's on the waivers. And once he realizes Deontay Johnson's out there, he's going to get picked up. So then I was like, can you do this? and we decided we're going to do it. So
the funny thing about Deontay Johnson, that's why it's funny he scored a touchdown on me, is because he was chilling out there since week 1, and I mean, there's a lot of players I've seen just hanging out in the waiver wires while I haven't pulled the trigger on, but then other people have pulled the trigger on them, like Kyler Murray, for instance. Like 4 weeks ago, I'm thinking like, it's going to be a time where somebody's going to want to probably pick up Kyler Murray. I don't really feel like I need to do that. Quarterback, I don't feel is the weak part of my team. Burrow's actually playing good now. But there's players that are out there, and Deontay Johnson was kind of one of those guys while he was out there. So, Will, you could have had him.
I could have had him, but
waited a little too long.
And also at the same time,
6-2, second place. So I don't want to hear it. He's gotten fortunate. The dude has no heart. Nick Chubb got hurt literally 20 seconds after Nick Chubb got hurt. He's picking up Ford. So he was already moving on. So, that's called karma for you.
Like you wouldn't have done it.
Nope.
If you knew about it. Oh, you said you wouldn't have done that?
I had Kareem Hunt.
What was that?
I had Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kareem Hunt. So that was like, your prayers have been answered. And now they're like 50-50 now. Like, that's actually a good vibe with them, with Hunt and Ford right now. But you guys are making me look at my team now, and legit, if anyone in the league is talking, if you're out there, I'm in need for a wide receiver. So if you guys have anything, let me know.
I got Drake London.
What was that?
I got Drake London, the guy you like.
Actually, let's talk. We'll talk after the show. So that being said, just like outside of all this talking that we're doing, like we're talking this much because it's been a while since we've actually done the show and things like that. There's life that happens. Mike had arrangements, had prior engagements, and
it was in Hawaii. Everyone,
it was a prior engagement.
That's what it is. The dude was swimming with.
And last week I was under the weather myself.
Me too.
And then no, you were the week before, right?
No, it was last week. I had the 24-hour bug.
Well, Manny, you missed the show more than any of us here. So you're on thin ice, bro. But
hey,
no,
you told me you wanted me for entertainment purposes, so I'm here for entertainment. And Mike Lou holds it down when I'm not here. So
entertainment does not include you just leaving the job. You have to be here for it too. There's a catch.
It is what it is. I'm here today.
But legitimately, it's like we've been. It is what it is. Okay. So legitimately, we've been here every single Friday since late July, early August. So like it was good that we had ourselves like a little rest. But I do assure you, like once we get into the levels of, I don't know, let's say Matthew Berry or something, then we won't miss a week. But until then, all 7 of you that are watching this, you missed us, and we missed you, all 7 of you guys.
Yep.
So
it's your fault, to be honest with you.
And it's my fault.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago you let me and Mike have the week off. That was on you.
Okay, so you guys didn't push yourselves to like be welcomed back in.
We had 1 week off and we were excited.
Yeah,
and you just couldn't hide it.
Mm-hmm. I just want to let everyone know that Will's giving me crap. It's 10 o'clock on a Friday night right now, and that's when we record on my time, and he's trying to give me crap.
Yes, my man's pushing that Eastern time zone. Eastern time zone.
And on top of wait, don't give me that, Manny. Says the guy that always wait. That says the guy that
playing right now.
I can always stay up, and if Mr. Manny doing another podcast that I ended up advertising for free because I needed the sponsor. Too Thick Pod. If you guys haven't checked it out, it is a legitimate good show. Sports, life, clarity. I know I probably said it wrong, but like, go ahead and follow him and as well as Jeremy from Reckless Cards. They're really good guys. I finally met Jeremy in person earlier this year, and he is tall as shit. I didn't expect him to be that tall. But yeah, we met back in March, and then March of next year, Mike, you're coming out here when Manny gets here, so we all can actually meet up for the first time. So that's middle of March. So and NCAA tonight. So
record on Friday night.
What was that?
Will's going to have us try to record in Vegas on Friday night, Mike.
I know.
I mean, it's
something Will would definitely do.
Yep.
It is something I would do. And just because it's good. It's for content. It's for the greater good. So
I'll give him content. Me and Mike have better content ideas on Friday night in Vegas.
Yeah, we should do a live show on the Strip, just live.
I'll go interview people.
It's not a bad idea.
I'll go interview Mickey Mouse and ask him who to draft.
And Mickey Mouse will just have like a tilted head like this, like, wait, what?
Yep. I go ask those police.
Yeah, let Mickey know. Let me know what Mickey says. And then from there we'll celebrate by going to Raising Cane's, which is next door to MGM.
There you go.
So that being said, we talked a little bit, like I said, because it's been a while since we've talked to each other. Anything additional you guys just want to blurt out just out of nowhere before we get into the topic?
Has nothing to do with football or fantasy football, but I'm happy that the Mavs are undefeated as of right now. I mean, we're playing Denver tonight. We might be playing right now. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know how they gave us Denver first team in the play-in tournament. I don't really think that's right. Just give us the champs, but whatever, it is what it is. Or the mid-season tournament, I should call it the in-season tournament. It's brand new, so it's brand new to me. I don't even know how to say it. But happy about the way the Mavs have looked. That's just a little extra something I'll throw in.
Like, honestly, I still don't understand the play-in tournament or this in-season tournament.
No one knows.
Like the second one, I guess it makes more sense because we have a couple years experience. But in this one, like it's like what? Like
already, right? The season just started 2 weeks ago.
I'll break it down. There's 3 divisions in each conference, and it's 4 teams each. They all play like a round robin. The top two in each group go and play in a single elimination bracket.
It's kind of like a soccer thing, right? Don't they do those tournaments in
I was about to say it's like the World Cup.
Yeah, but these games count towards your regular season record too.
In soccer, they don't, huh?
No, that's weird.
So yeah, it makes them play. You have to play it. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, you do have to play it, and there is reason to actually play it. And then I just know that there's like a semifinal or final that's being played out.
Semifinals in Vegas and finals.
Yeah. So if you want to come down during the holiday, hey, here we are. So what about you?
Come down for G League though.
What was that?
This is nothing. We're over here talking. I might come down to watch some G League. By the way.
What, the WNBA?
No,
G League.
I shouldn't be talking mess. No, I shouldn't be saying that. That's wrong. Big ups to the Aces for winning their back to back.
You hear that? Cancel him. Cancel him.
That's your squad, Will. They represent your city, man.
You know, Aces is solid. They are pretty solid, though.
Yeah.
I do. Oh, whatever. No, legit. They are solid for not only for the city, but just in general. So.
I like the Aces. They got Plum. I like Plum. I like Aja Wilson.
Plum, Asia Wilson.
And Candace Parker on the squad.
Candace Parker's on the squad. She was injured during the final, which was a good final. I think it was against the New York Liberty.
Yeah.
I believe it was. Yeah, and like Manny being in cards, they had that second year. That was like the big phenomenon
Sabrina.
last year. Yeah, Sabrina. Last name starts with an I. I can't pronounce that. Barely anyone can. What was that?
Just say Sabrina.
Okay, we'll just say Sabrina. Everyone knows Sabrina. It's like LeBron.
She's a beast. She's a beast.
But no,
she's Kobe's girl. I think Kobe like trained with her or something. Yeah, it's Kobe's.
I think so. Yeah.
Protege. Yeah, she's dope.
But
yeah.
Yeah, so, I got something for football though on my mind. Will.
Go ahead.
Quarterbacks have been mediocre this season, and I think 13 of them are 13 teams have like second string quarterbacks in this week.
Yes.
So
and that sucks.
You're going to be looking at your lineup being like, majority of the people in your league are going to not or need quarterbacks. So if you have 2, there's going to be people out there that want to trade for you. So if you're looking for a trade, need something, and you have a good backup, go trade.
The trade deadline for a lot of people, the generic setting for it is the last week is I think the last day is like November 18th.
Yep, 2 weeks.
but it does also depend on where on how your league is. So definitely start looking a little bit. But also at the same time, there's kind of not anything wrong with picking up at least some players that are on the waiver wire for a quarterback, even if you're renting them for about a week or two. We'll talk about that on our positional likes, because there's two of them that are there's two quarterbacks specifically and that are in the waiver wires that I actually like. So stay tuned to that. But let's go ahead and just get back. Let's go ahead and get to the subject that I wanted to talk about the week before we all got other things to do. So I was reading up on a couple of fantasy football groups on Facebook, on Instagram, and Twitter. And one of them that jumped out on Facebook was a person's inquiry that talked about a certain player that claimed that they were the best player in fantasy. It was a good argument to talk about back and forth, and why not bring it to the show so I can get everyone's opinion on it. So let's just go ahead and generally talk about. I'm stalling here. Can you guys tell? So let's go ahead and just actually talk about the person. Is Travis Swift the best player in fantasy?
Who's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. You may know him as Travis Kelce.
I got you. I know where you're going with that. That's one of the best. I'm gonna let Manny handle this, man. Yeah.
So I want. Yeah. We'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and go around the horn. So let's go ahead and start with Shades. So what do you got for me, Manny?
Whoever said that, I got one thing to tell you. Lay off the weed, just like Stephen A. Smith would say.
Wow.
Because you got a running back in San Francisco called Christian McCaffrey that has scored how many straight times, Will? Can you refresh my brain?
15, and that's a record.
Oh, 15, right? No. I think he's going for the record. He's tied the record.
No, he beat the record.
No, next week. Next week, I think he's going to break it.
But that's beyond the point. Oh, he's going to break it. He knows he's going to break it. All right, keep going.
Yeah. So you got Mr. Christian McCaffrey here that scored 15 straight weeks versus Travis Kelce, the guy that only plays good when his girlfriend's in the stands. The guy doesn't show up when Kelce or when Swift's not around. He sees his baby girl in the press box and thinks that he needs to show out. You know, when you're in high school, Mike, I know it was you in high school.
Wow.
All the baby mamas checking you out. Mike was putting up 30 in the crowd, 30 points when his baby mamas were in the crowd. When the baby mamas weren't in the crowd, the dude laid a gooser. He could take one out. That's Travis Kelce for you.
Okay, real quick, you question the fact that back in high school, there was nothing but baby mamas at our high school. I'm just saying.
Hey, Mike got around.
Hey,
it is what it is. He won't deny it.
Hey, man, are they watching? Because I might not even respond to this if they're not looking.
Next week he's going to be in the closet again.
I might be. If my wife hears this, she's going to definitely. I might be on the street.
Hey,
Mike could be like 40 live. So fine.
So saying his last thing here on the show, Mike, what do you got for me as far as your general thought about Mr. Swift being the best player in fantasy?
I gotta step off memory lane and quit reminiscing about all my baby mamas. But
been a while.
Yeah, it's sweating. I just hope they're doing good. Love y'all. But
let's go.
Yeah, man. Manny's completely right. I agree. Not with his player though. My player is different. But whoever said that Travis Kelce was the greatest player or was the best player in fantasy football for this season, I can maybe understand where they're going if they're rating it on positions. He's clearly the best tight end, and if you have him, you have a clear advantage over all other teams who have tight ends, which is every other team, right? So you have the number one player for that position, and he's regularly the number one player for that position. But no. Best player in fantasy football, in my opinion, this year is Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's unstoppable. You can't stop him. Manny can't stop him. No one can stop him. Travis Kelce couldn't stop him. Christian McCaffrey couldn't stop him. As you can line up anybody in front of this dude. It's not going to matter. He's doing his thing. Mike McDaniel's got that thing rolling. And one thing that's beautiful about him, as opposed that's a little different than Christian McCaffrey, is Tyreek Hill doesn't get hurt. He doesn't get hurt. He's durable. He's out there every game. He's playing. He's doing his thing. And that little guy, I mean, hey, bro, he's that dude. So. No, Travis Kelce is not the best player in fantasy football. That guy.
I need you to say that again.
That guy's name is Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is the best player in fantasy football.
Because you said Tyreek Hill was not the best player, but the best player now is Tyreek Hill.
Well, then I messed up. Travis Kelce is not the best player. Okay. The best player is Tyreek Hill.
We're doing it live.
They know what I mean.
But
let me Max. I caught you with your in your blunder earlier. That wasn't really a blunder. I know what you were doing.
I get it. Yeah. But yeah, like. That's really all I could say as far as who would be the possible best player in the league. And I think the argument he tried to say, and I should probably should have added this, but the argument that he was trying to make was based on when you draft or where he was getting drafted, the position and things of that nature. Like it's still like, yes, like I remember one of the early preseason questions that was asked was who would your top 5 be, and who would your top 5 be in if you drafted right now. My personal 5 was, if I recall it, it was Justin Jefferson 1, Jamar Chase 2, CMC 3, Austin. I think I said Austin Eckler 4, and number 5 I actually said Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way that the order should be. And for me, like there's so much more value, or there's more value. Tyreek Hill is more valuable than Kelce. And what makes Kelce stand out, of course, is the fact that he is like the main guy in Kansas City. But once you take that weapon out of Kansas City, what is there left? And what's left is a loss from the Broncos, who got smashed by Tyreek Hill's team, who scored 70. So there's a chain reaction to it all. Like as good as Tyreek Hill is, the Dolphins can keep going without him. They can't. Travis Kelce's situation, they can't do that. So, like, if you over rely on not only Travis Kelce's usage, but also what you expect him to have each and every week, to draft him that high, like that's a pretty big gamble in itself. It looked like you were going to say something, Mike.
Well, I wasn't sure where you were going when you were saying that Travis Kelce's team can't do. I mean, I guess they couldn't replace him. Seemed like you were saying to me, as far as Miami would be easier to replace Tyreek Hill. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, as far as
I don't know if I agree with that. If that's what you're saying.
As far as I'm saying how valuable as far as how valuable a player can be, as good as Tyreek Hill is, Tyreek can go to practically any team and do exactly the same. Travis Kelce. Take Travis Kelce away, and then you get what happened on week 1, and that's Detroit going crazy as far as winning the first game of the season. And the less amount of usage that was used this past week against the Broncos, that's also what you get. So like the team as a whole, I feel that they can't do it without Travis Kelce. And it's because of that where it's kind of why I don't think he's like the number one in fantasy when there's a player that that tops him all off, in Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey and hell even I'll even say Justin Jefferson, while he's injured, is probably still more valuable to your fantasy team than Travis Kelce. And it looks like that we got something to show. So Manny, what okay for me to present it?
Yeah, so wait, before you go, Mike said no one could stop Tyreek Hill, and it reminded me of a video. He actually can't beat something. Like something is able to stop him. Did you know this, Mike?
No, what can stop Tyreek Hill?
The only thing that could stop Tyreek Hill. Go ahead and show it, Will.
Already.
All right. The only thing that could
stop him. Kind of a serious question for you. Who's your biggest op?
Peely. What are you doing? What? Oh my God, bro! Don't shoot me.
They are out to get him on Fortnite. Everyone's this is a good thing because a new Fortnite map came out and someone asked him about it and he said, "I'm coming for the Peelies because there's people that he can't beat is the Peelies."
Now, in fairness, he's top 3 fastest player in the league. I think we can all at least agree to that. There's no enemy as bad. There's no enemy worse than a fast player with a banana peel.
A banana peel, yep.
I mean,
so that's what I was getting to. That's what I was kind of getting to on the field. The only thing that could stop him is a banana peel.
Not Jalen Ramsey. Not Honey Badger.
Nope.
Nobody. Just a damn banana peel.
Yep.
And I hope everyone at least acknowledges that. Well, everyone here at Nxt Up Fantasy acknowledges that.
You want to know who stops Travis Kelce?
What's that?
Taylor Swift when she doesn't come to the game.
And she's not coming to England
Germany.
or to Germany. Excuse me.
Nope.
For the very, very early Sunday morning game.
But let me be serious though. It's going to be a big test for Tyreek Hill because in the past you thought Chiefs defense and wasn't that great. Chiefs are actually really good at defense this year. They're good at stopping quarterbacks, opposing running backs, opposing wide receivers. So this is going to be a big test for Tyreek Hill. And if he passes with flying colors, I mean, you're sitting pretty good as a fantasy owner. I think Travis Kelce might struggle on Sunday morning because his girl's not there. So we'll see.
So are you saying that both Tyreek and Travis are going to be questionable as far as No.
You have to start. Tyreek's going to go off. Hopefully. It's more so that they're containing their quarterbacks. So it's all up to – I wonder how Tua's going to be because in all reality, Miami Dolphins haven't had a tough schedule. They did play the Bills, but that's it. So we'll see.
They get to play them again. So, yeah, that's actually a really good point. There's going to be tests. There's going to be tests for everybody, from Tyreek to Kelce to even. Actually, you know who I would like to have a good game because of the fact that Clyde Edwards isn't even going to be there. Isaiah Pacheco. I'm curious to see how he plays this coming week. But then again, Jerick McKinnon might be involved in the game as well. So
what's scary is Miami's offensive line's not that great, and Chiefs' defensive line's pretty good. So we'll see how it goes.
Might be a low scoring game, to be honest. Now that you mention it, they have two really good games or two really good teams. But if you're going based on what you're talking about, then it's a possibility that the game might be actually a lot low scoring than what people expected.
I think it's gonna be a good one. It'll be a good one.
It'll be good. It'll be good to watch, but maybe not have too much expectation as far as scoring. Yep. So like I said, it's been a while since we've all done this, so we're cutting this week short. So we're just gonna go straight into the positional likes, and then we're just gonna head on out and just call it a day. So anyone on top of the head that wants to scream at the top of their lungs who they want for their positions?
I got you guys. Why not? I'll take the heavy lifting on this. Let's go with the running backs. The running backs in my position, so I'll give you 2 running backs who I like this week. First of all, I'm gonna go with Alvin Kamara. He's a beast. He's been doing very well lately, and he's playing Chicago, who has a pretty porous run defense. So I think Alvin Kamara gets to do his thing. He's effective running the ball. He's effective catching the ball. If the Saints are going to do anything, they're going to need to go through Alvin Kamara. So I think Alvin Kamara is a good bet. The second dude I like this week, it's funny because Will actually mentioned him. Wasn't really worried too much about the Jerick McKinnon thing. I'm still going to give a lot of love and a lot of props to Isaiah Pacheco. He's been balling out lately. Last week wasn't so great, but the 4 weeks before that, he was all in double digits in fantasy. I like his matchup. I think that the receivers for the Chiefs are going to struggle, kind of similar to what Manny thought. And I also don't really have too much belief in these guys other than Travis Kelce. So I think Isaiah Pacheco will have to have a big game or a decent game for them to win. So give me Kamara, give me Pacheco. Those are my 2 positional likes for running backs this week.
That's what's up. I love it. Manny, you want to go, or do you want me to go?
You go ahead.
So I picked 3 for the quarterback position. One of them is a little bit more on the obvious side, and 2, like I talked about or hinted, is going to be more on the more likely on your waiver wire. If not, they're your backup, but I still feel that they're going to be having good games this week. So the first one, the obvious one, I'm actually going to say someone who's been good for the past 2-3 weeks since the loss to the greatest team that's actually on this planet. It's going to be Dak Prescott. So, mess talking aside, since that 49ers game, Dak has been on fire. And I've been thinking to myself, this is the Dak that I've been wanting to see for a very long time. Plays against Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, what we talked or what I've seen on the online, 8 of the last 10 games have gone over 44 points. So that's going to be something that grabs my attention as far as the amount of points that's going to be scored. And of course, more than likely, it's going to be all through the air. So I like Dak Prescott this week. The second person that I'm going to like, which is actually I'm gonna do one that may be a little bit more surprising than the other. Aiden O'Connell for the Raiders. They ended up picking up him over. I can't remember who the other quarterback is. Is it Colt McCoy? Who's the other quarterback that's not Jimmy Garoppolo?
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer. Thank you. So they decided to go to Aiden O'Connell over Hoyer, and I think actually Jimmy G is actually okay. They just chose to bench him. And this week they play against the Giants, which is one of the worst teams in the league defensively, and just that alone, the fact that Devontae Adams has a pretty good rapport with O'Connell. If Devontae shows up, and so does O'Connell, and I think everyone on that team is actually going to be pretty well for this week. So O'Connell is going to be my second quarterback, and the third one may not be as surprising. I'm not sure. Let me see what you guys think. Gardner Minshew playing against Carolina Panthers, and this is going to be a pass fest. And I was going to save this specific thing for the 8:00 show, but how we do the sports bet picks. So my pick is actually going to be the Colts and the Carolina Panthers over 44.5. I think it is. It's either 43 or 44. And the reason for that is how the Colts stink on defense. I know Manny wanted them to win the division, but it is what it is. All out of all the 8 games, like all of them have gone over. All of them have gone, or excuse me, all of them except 1 or 2 have gone over 44 points. And with that being said, like it's the same thing with the Dak Prescott situation, where it's going to be high scoring. The amount of plays that they run each game makes it a faster game, and that's even if you're the Carolina Panthers. So maybe Bryce Young might also have a good game as well. But like the guy I'm more focused on this week is Gardner Minshew. So that being said, Manny being Manny, wideouts. Who do we got?
All right. So if you have this guy, play him in every league. Garrett Wilson, and he's playing the Chargers. The Chargers on perimeter wide receivers is horrible. And Garrett Wilson puts up some numbers against the Chargers in the past. Okay. So give me Garrett Wilson. My next is Adam Thielen. He is playing, Will's just said it, the Colts defense. And the Colts defense, pretty horrible. Bryce Young loves him some Adam Thielen. So give me Adam Thielen, give me Garrett Wilson. And if you really want a sleeper, like you're really in some deep doo-doo on the wide receiver, go pick up DeMario Douglas for the Patriots.
Yes.
Because you got Kendrick Bourne out this season. Devontae Parker and Juju haven't been living up to what the expectations is. It's time for DeMario to come in and put in some work. They're playing the Commanders, not great. which they just traded Sweat and Chase Young. A lot more time for Mac Jones to dial it up to DeMario. So just keep that one.
And DeMario Douglas was going to be a player I was going to talk about in general. Like, I think I'm going to start a new segment on the Instagram page after the waiver wires. I've been thinking about it, like where I spotlight like one player that still likely on the waiver wire that some people should pick up. And this week for me, it'll be DeMario Douglas, white out for the Patriots. That's actually a really good pick.
Or your guy you picked up in your league. We don't talk tight ends, but McBride's pretty good pickup.
Yeah, McBride's pretty solid. And we everyone here at Nxt Up Fantasy, we don't like talking about tight ends, like how much we just bashed Travis Swift. But that being said, like that's actually a good pick on your side. And that being said, we're actually going to call this a show. Don't have too much else to talk about. As we get back into the groove of things, we'll warm ourselves up and see what happens. 8:15. Mike in his lay Luca-lay.
It's real, man.
Is going to be there, maxing and relaxing. Mike, myself, is going to be there. Maybe ahead of Manny. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see. So that being said, for Mike being Mike, what up?
What up, man? It was fun. Had fun with you guys. I am wearing my lei, paying homage to my amazing trip to Hawaii. Loved it out there. Island vibes were amazing, and I'll definitely have to be back. So all my people out there, they know how we get down. But yeah, man, great show. Great picks. We'll see what happens. Well, you know, it is Eagle Week, so I'm a Cowboy fan. We don't really call it Eagle Week. That's what they do. But we're playing Philadelphia this week, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I hate this team more than any other team in the league. Going out here and getting a W would be sweet. So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to talk it up like I did the 49er thing. Didn't work for me, but I feel good about the game. So we'll talk about it next week.
That's what I like to hear. For Manny B. and Manny.
I'll talk it up. The Eagles are shit. Jalen Hurts is shit. And he's gonna. They already threw in the excuse. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. Just because when he loses, they're gonna put that in the media. Oh, he's hurt. No, he is shit. The defense shit. CeeDee Lamb, and there you go. There's another wide receiver. Throw in CeeDee Lamb. Throw in Brandon Cooks because the Eagles are trash on the secondary. There, I said it. Horrible.
Speaking of Brandon Cooks, I told y'all a couple weeks ago to pick him up. He scored in 2 consecutive weeks.
He's going to score 3.
3? Even better.
Scoring 3.
Hopefully you were listening. He is. So hopefully you guys were listening to me and you got Brandon Cooks on your roster.
But push is not going to work. It might work. They might try to do it. It might work. I don't know. But guess what? It's not going to be allowed next year. So get used to it.
Your favorite player, Mozzie Smith, is going to be right there to stop it.
I hate Mozzie Smith. I wish we didn't draft him.
He'll be right there to stop it.
Better not get burnt by A.J. Brown. All right.
You got it all off your chest?
Shoemaker, whatever his name, was a wasted pick.
He had a catch last week. Be nice. Nice little catch. He's warming up.
Yeah, I can't stand these Michigan players. And they're just like Jim Harbaugh. Cheaters. All of them.
Now that I can't. I agree with you on that. I can't defend that.
See what happens when they can't cheat? Moody can't even kick a field goal.
It's real.
Right, Will. You lost because of a Michigan kicker that Jim Harbaugh slept with when he was recruiting him.
Breaking news. Jim Harbaugh.
Right. Anything else you got to say?
How's Ronnie Bell doing?
No, there's nothing else you got to say. So, for your boy, Will, have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon.
How's Ronnie Bell doing on your team?
You guys are watching this next week.
Ronnie Bell
catching strays.
Next week.
Oh, man.
Unmute yourself now, Manny. No. I'll let you back in. All right. So, we'll see you guys next week. Catch us on the morning show, 8:15. We're probably going to be watching the Dolphins and who is it? Chiefs. And you guys just take it easy. Guys, have a good night. Peace.
Falcons, we ain't watching.
Let's go Mavs.
For the last time.
Let's go Mavs.
You know, all the Dallas people. You know what? No, forget it. No, forget it. My show. You guys have a good night. See you guys next week.
We